Hello and welcome to the Beginner's Guide to WordPress. In this video I will show you how to create, edit and manage posts. So here in our WordPress site I have my local MAMP server running and I have a basic install of WordPress. And so in this video we are going to be editing, creating and managing posts. So the first thing you need to do is you need to log in to WordPress. And we need to log in. So in the dashboard you'll be greeted with the toolbar and your left hand side menu here. So we'll just click on posts. As you can see, I've already got the hello world post in here, which we can just throw away for now because actually we don't need this. And we'll just click add new. So you're greeted with the title box and the content box. You see here on your right hand side we've got the publish box, which we'll come to later, and we've got the format box, which is theme specific, and I would advise that you don't really use this and turn it off. And then we have categories, tags and featured image. Here we have our toggle bar, which gives us more options in our WYSIWYG. We'll go through this in detail. If you want distraction-free writing mode, simply click this and that removes the sidebar here and here, and as you can see you just move your mouse over and it will just reappear. I'll turn that off. Here we have screen options, and as custom of WordPress, what happens is you don't actually have your excerpts turned on, so I suggest turning this on and turning the author on and turning the slug on, and then we can move that back up to the top, and now you can see we have an excerpt, we have our slug and we have our author. Okay, so let's populate the title field with a title, and I'm going to call this Lorem Ipsum is too much fun. Not a title that you'd often see. And then what I'm going to do, the first thing is I'm actually going to just copy and paste from loremipsum.com about a paragraph, and I'm just going to pop it into there. As you can see, it's gone in there. I'm going to highlight the first line, and you can see that with this drop down you can change it into different headings and pre-formatted and paragraph. What we'll do is we'll just edit that, and then we can highlight this, and that can be our heading 1, and I'll just do the same for this here, and I will make that our heading 2, and there's quite a bit of space there, so what I'm going to do is just do that, and here as well I'm going to just quickly make that into a H3, and you get the gist. You can make those into different headings and all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to Command Z for now and make that all back into a paragraph. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the whole lot, and I'm going to check the text box to see if there's any styling. Now I'm just going to repaste that in, and if you click text again, generally what happens is it will wrap itself into a P, which means paragraph in terms of HTML, but it hasn't done that, which is awesome. So let's go back to visual. Just going to delete the first one, and what I'm going to show you now is just like in word processor, you can make some words bold, and you can make some italic, and we can make a link. So Amit Leo, let's make that into a link, and let's change that to, I don't know, Google maybe. So if you're going to put into a link, you need to use http //google.com, and then you can apply. What you can do also is you can use the link option. So if you want to use a link from a test page or another page, you can do it there. Also, a nifty feature, what WordPress has is to open it in a new link, or a new tab, sorry. The link can open in a new tab. So we'll go ahead and do that. And what we can do now is we can go down. Then you can have list items or list items. So 1, 2, 3, for example. And again, you can have it with numbers. So and there you go, what we have to do. And then what we can do is we can actually do a quote as well. So what we'll do is we'll just grab some text from here. We'll come to this image in a minute. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to highlight all of this, and then I'm going to block quote it. And there you go. You can see it's giving it different styling. Put a little line there. Then we're going to just take a bit more text. So let's take this here. And after this, we're going to paste that into there, and we are going to left align. And we can't see much of a change here, but what we're going to do is we're going to copy the same again from here, and we're going to center it, and you guessed it, we are going to make this right aligned. So that's, as you can see, it's quite nice there. Then after that, we've gone through the links. We can break a link now. So let's say, for example, you've copied a document from WordPress, from Word, and it has a link. So let's make a link here. And what we'll do is we'll just do that, for example. So you've pasted your text in, and the formatting looks okay. That's fine. But you've got a link in there and you're like, actually we need to remove that. So what you can do is just click remove link, and there you go. So next up is we'll just paste that little bit of code there. Sorry, not code, text. And you can put Strikethrough, which is quite good. This one is the horizontal line, and we can pop that in next. So it kind of breaks up a bit of content. After the horizontal ruler, we can use the text color, which is quite a nice little thing. So what we can do is change our color. So let's say yellow, make it really hurt your eyes. And then we can make it another color, or you can try a different custom color. You can use the RGB, and you can use a scale. Let's go for, there you go. And you've got a hex code there. So if you've got a design, or you've got a specific color palette from a designer, or you just have colors in mind, you can use the hex code or the RGB. So that's looking okay. Now if we move on, you can paste as text. So we'll turn that on, and then we'll just paste as text. Doesn't really show very much right now, but basically when you've got a Word document and it's a rich document, so it'll have some styling in. As you can see, this is turned on. As I was saying, if you've got a Word document and it's got styling, so text to the right, text in the center, some bullet points and all that sort of stuff, this is already turned on. But if you wanted just plain text, you just turn that on, and you can see it's highlighted, and then you paste, and it will give you this as well. Then you got clear formatting, so let's highlight the whole lot and clear our formatting, and as you can see, all of our formatting has been erased, but with the Command Z function we can put that right back. Next up is the special character, so let's add in a couple of special characters at the end of this line. So let's add in, I don't know, a couple of love hearts. There we go, that looks good. 4 love hearts, lovely. Next up is the decrease indent, so let's just paste in, not a love heart, but let's paste in a new section of text. Let's just do this much here. So we've pasted that in, and what we're going to do is we're going to increase indent to the right. As you can see, it's gone to the right some more, and you can move it to the left, which is fine. Next on the bar is undo, which is the Command Z, redo, which is Command Y. I rarely use these, which is fine. We're just gonna leave this indented, so on the front end you'll see, and let's just paste in again, get rid of that comma, and at the end we've got keyboard shortcuts, and if you have a look it will tell you all of the commands, and it's kind of like using Word again. So for example, underline, italic, copy, all of that sort of stuff. Moving down after this WYSIWYG editor, we've got our X up, and what this does is you can add in some text, and on the front end of the WordPress website, say if you've got a blog, you can put in so many characters and then that will be pumped out on the front end, and hopefully we'll see this on our front end using this theme. At the top, once again, you can see there's our permalink, and it already says lorem ipsum is way too much fun because we put that into there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this slug to lorem ipsum is bad, and that slug will be saved. So let's have a save draft, and as you can see, lorem ipsum is bad, so it's re-edited our permalink, but you can also do that here as well, so it doesn't really matter too much if you use that or not. Next up is the save draft. As you can see, I already saved it just a second ago. Next is the status and draft. We're on draft status at the moment, but you can do pending review. So if you're writing content for somebody, I don't know, say you're working for an SEO agency and you've written an article on something, they want to review the content. After you've finished, after you've saved, you want to click pending review, and then you can let them know and they will change this here. So what we'll do is we'll just leave it as draft mode for now. Next up is visibility, so we can actually have the public see our posts, and with this theme we can actually stick this post to the front page, which is pretty awesome. You can password protect, which is good if you're running like a membership website or you've got a post and it's for family and you want to show them, and then you've got private if you want to keep it within the business or the company and they want to review as well, but they literally want it private. So for now we're just going to keep it as public. Next up is your publish immediately. What you can do here is you can have as the standard is publish immediately, and most of the time that happens. But again, if you are working for like an SEO company, excuse me, and you are doing a bulk process of uploading posts and you want to put a post out every couple of days, you can actually go ahead and do that. So it gives you the month first, gives you the date, year, and you can actually publish the time. So if you have like a Twitter campaign or a MailChimp campaign and you need to post this out before that goes out to the social media, you can get that done. So we're just going to keep it as is because this is just a test on a local server that no one's going to see. Next up, as we spoke before, this is theme specific. The post format I never use, and actually you can turn off, but I would ignore that. WordPress themes that come with the WordPress install generally have this, and some premium themes do too, but I rarely use this, and I generally advise people not to use this, so we can just leave that as is. Next up is categories, which is really awesome for SEO and all that sort of stuff and organising your website. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this lorem ipsum fun. Fun, not fin. And you can see here you can have parent categories, so you can have lorem ipsum fun. Let's make that our parent category. Let's remove that one, and then we can call another category WordPress and that can be a parent category of lorem ipsum fun, and that will add it under there. Next up we can do tags, and again I'm just going to copy and paste that. Lorem ipsum fun. Again, this is good for your website in terms of SEO and good for your users in terms of usability and finding posts. So if you have an automobile website and you have different manufacturers like Ford, GMC, Skoda, anything like that, you can have those as tags. Next up, which is a really good feature, is the featured image. Now I've used the image from Pexels. Thank you for that, Pexels. I love this website. It's great for stock photos and it's free. You can download different sizes, and I just wanted to give them a bit of credit for that one. I've already downloaded that, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually set this as a featured image. And this image should be on my desktop, so I'm just going to literally drag it and drop it into there. And I'm going to make this big again. So there is our featured image. So I'm going to save that, and I was a bit click happy there. So if we just go back into here, we can actually add a caption. Add a caption here, and that will be under our photo. You can add alternative text, which is awesome for accessibility, so people who are not actually looking at your website but are listening to it with a audio aid. You could say this is a photo from our lorem ipsum post, and then description, you can do that as well. You can add anything in there for your description. So we're going to save that and set that feature image. And one thing I didn't show you also was, if you click back into here, you can actually edit the image. So it's 1280 by 853. If we wanted to make that smaller, what you could do is you could scale that down. So let's say we want it at 1000 pixels only, and it scales it down automatically. So we'll scale that, and we're going to apply that to all image sizes. So let's do that, and then we can set our featured image. Now, what I didn't cover was actually adding images inside of your post here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that, and let's add an image in here. So if you go to add image, or add media, sorry, and we can use this, and here again you have your caption, alt text, description. I would fill those out normally if you're working on a live website, but for the purpose of this video you've just seen me do that. So you can do alignment, left, center and right, and none, and you can link it to custom URL. So let's link this to a custom URL so you can see. So HTTP, and let's go to the BBC for example, and then you can do the medium. You can do thumbnail, medium, large or full size. Let's do large for this post. And there's our image. Awesome. In fact, what I will show you is you can do this as well. You can align it here, which I think is really awesome. And you can edit it here as well. So let's add a caption now. So this is a new caption. And alternative text would be nice image. Don't ever use that for your alternative text. That's just for us. That's good. Okay, so now we got this is a caption, and what I want to show you too is adding a video. So a video below, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Benjamin the dev, and we're going to go to my YouTube account. And we're gonna just try and let's take this WordPress website for example. All I'm going to do is copy and paste that right there, and I'm going to paste it in a great WordPress video below, and then give that a second, paste it in, and boom, there's your video. How cool is that? So I believe that's pretty much it in terms of this section here. We've done our tag, we've done our featured image, we've done our excerpt and all that sort of stuff. So let's go ahead and let's publish it. And we can get rid of our lorem ipsum, and we get rid of our lovely picture. So let's go to our WordPress fun website, and as you can see, lorem ipsum is too much fun, and there is some of our text. And actually this is pumped out the whole lot. So I haven't configured the home page just to show excerpts, but I will do in another video. So let's click the actual post. So here you go. It says WordPress 2017 10:13 lorem ipsum is bad. That, in terms of permalink and SEO, is a horrible way of doing things. So I'm going to show you quickly how to change that, but I will also make another video on permalinks. So come down and go to your settings and permalinks. As you can see, it's got day and name for our permalinks, which is absolutely awful. I wish WordPress would literally just change it to post name. Save it. Once it's saved, go to WordPress Fun, and there we go. This is going to be a lot more friendly for SEO. WordPress lorem ipsum is bad. So there we go. We've got our title. We've got some text here, which is our excerpt. Because if we go here, and let's come down to our excerpt right here, and if we save, coming through in our excerpt now, and we've got our featured image, which is looking very nice. Next up, we've got our first paragraph with a link in, and let's check if it goes to the Google. See if it goes to Google. It does. What I meant to say was the BBC, because we have another link, which I believe is this, which it is. So we've got our bullet points here and our order list. We have our block quote next, which is looking good. And then we have another paragraph of text. We've got an image. We've made this as large as we could. And there's our caption. This should click through to the BBC, but what I've done is I haven't made it click into a new link. So let's edit that. And what I mean by that is custom URL, advanced options. There we go. Open in a new tab. You can add a class to it and an image title attribute as well, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and update that one. Give it a second to load. Populates into the phpMyAdmin database. Refresh, and now that should open BBC in a new link, which it does. Another paragraph, which is in the center, as you can see, because everything else is justified to the left. And then you've got a paragraph that's justified to the right as well, so that's looking good. Next up is our Strikethrough, which is looking nice, and our horizontal ruler. And then we've got this really beautiful yellow that I can barely read, and this one as well. We've got some nice love hearts, and we've justified that as well. And then there's our great video, and what I will say is this will be responsive as well, so this will look pretty good. So if I go into inspect, and in our simulator we go into, let's say iPhone 6 Plus. I'll change that to a 75% and let's bring that down a bit. You can see it's actually mobile first as well, so that it will look really good. At the moment, obviously it doesn't look very good with the YouTube, but when you press play it will adjust itself, so I believe, and there we go. So it's playing, and you can scroll and you can use that. Okay, let's come out of mobile view for now, and underneath you can see there's a comment section, and that is because I'm logged in. If I log out, it will show you a handy little form to log in. So let's have a quick look at that in incognito quickly, and back to WordPress Fun, and quickly to lorem ipsum is too much fun, and let's scroll down, and there we go, we've got our form coming through. Back into the editor, and let's go to all posts. And here we can quickly edit titles, slugs, dates, passwords, privates, and categories, tags, and all sorts from here. Just quickly show you the categories. So these are categories here. You can't actually ever delete the uncategorized, by the way. And if it annoys you with your WordPress install, what you can do is you can rename it. And what you can do is just go to here and new name. We'll just call that with a slug. So if you are a person that would find that very annoying, like myself, you can just rename it. And if, say, you have a post that's already been written, say ours for example, and you want to quick edit and add that into the new post, the new category, you can do update, and then you can view it, and you should be able to see that the categories are here. Excellent. Great, this brings us to the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative, and I hope you go on and edit some posts and write some posts, and I've helped you. So my name is Benjamin the Dev. I'm on Twitter, and please like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.